Welcome back, traders, to my market outlook in the index futures for the week of October 6th. And let's jump right into it looking at the weekly chart for S&P. So last week I highlighted this order block here that was within a weekly fair value gap. Last week we came down to hit that target and then had a big reaction, bouncing back up to close up on the week. So because of this reaction, I think we can head up higher, taking out the buy side liquidity up here and creating a new all-time high. And as you know, I've said this before, once you're at all-time high, it becomes difficult to trade because we don't have any higher up liquidity or inefficiencies to target. So once we reach all-time high, I'm not going to be sure how high we can actually go. Now taking a closer look with the daily chart, we can see that last week we wicked into that weekly fair value gap a few times, but if you look at the bodies of these candles, they are respecting that weekly fair value gap. And then over here, these candles, the highs of them are relatively flat, so this gives us an obvious target for us to reach for. So as long as price can stay above the weekly fair value gap, I'm going to be bullish going into this week. Now moving on to Nasdaq, it's a different story because you can see on the weekly chart we've went up, almost filled in the weekly SIBI, went back down, and then we almost filled in the weekly BISI. There's a small little portion here that is unfilled, and now we're pretty much stuck in limbo between these two PD arrays. So I'm not going to be as bullish on Nasdaq, even though we did come out from a discount array recently. In fact, Nasdaq I think can very well just go sideways, perhaps for 1 or even 2 weeks. So I want to go down into the daily chart to get some more information. Okay, so Nasdaq can very well just go sideways, but looking at the daily chart, I'm going to favor slightly on the upside because we look at last week, the daily candles here, we've wicked into that weekly BISI, but if you look at the bodies, it is very much respecting that weekly BISI. So I'm going to slightly favor the upside, but I'm not going to set my targets way up high. In fact, I'm going to look at just this daily candle, half of that wick. I'm going to aim for half of that wick or even the high of that wick into this daily order block. But that's it. I don't really want to set my sights on any higher targets. If we do reach into this daily order block, I just want to sit on the sidelines and just wait for price to tell me what it wants to do next. So that's it for me this week. I'm going into this week with a slight bullish bias. I gave you short-term targets that I'm aiming for, but I'm not convinced that we're going to have a really big rally, so I don't want to aim too far for now. But I hope you got something out of this video, and if you can, please leave a like and subscribe to help my channel out. And until next time, safe trading.